Let's talk a bit about how to have a conversation with your kids about school shootings. It's all over the news. Kids get exposed to active shooter drills. They talk about this stuff amongst themselves in social media. And there is a tendency to have a certain kind of frenzy around these kind of events, and for good reason. Certainly a source of dread. So here's the thing. There's a couple ways to approach this so that your kids are most comfortable. The first is to get your own feelings in check about this. If you try to have this conversation and you're really anxious and you're really worried and you're prone to just trying to reassure them that you will keep them safe, that somehow rings hollow for children who know that they're in the building at a time when you're not with them. So how are you going to keep them safe? So instead of reassuring them that you personally are going to keep them safe, ask them what would make them feel safe. What can we do together to ensure that you're safe? And see what comes up in the conversation. Sometimes it's, I want to be able to reach you, mommy. I want to be able to talk to you. Sometimes it's, I want to talk to my teacher and have them give me a hug. I mean, it could be a lot of things, but you don't know what your child is thinking about here. So the whole notion of being too preemptive and telling them how they're supposed to respond, instead of reassuring them that you're going to keep them safe, talk to them about a safety plan. Another way to approach this is to really familiarize yourself with the procedures that the school is using in order to teach about this, so you can piggyback on some of their teaching. You want to be able to involve a discussion perhaps with the school resource officer. Very often there's a policeman assigned to a district, to the school psychologist or social worker if your child is anxious and obsessive in the unfortunate event that there's a shooting nearby. And that frightens your children. Don't be surprised that they're going to regress, that they're going to need more TLC. They may need to sleep with you. They want more reassurance. One of the ways of approaching that is to participate in the community grieving process. This is really important to the parents who have lost their children. Just a horrible thing. It's hard to contemplate how anybody deals with that. One of the things that families find reassuring is the outpouring of compassion that they get from their neighbors. One of the ways to be reassuring to your children and give them a sense of agency, a sense of some power, some control over the situation, if it has happened nearby, is to go to communal events where there are acts of remembrance that take place. Your child may want to make a drawing or give a gift, send flowers or light a candle. They don't need to go to the event to do that. They can do that at home if that's their preference. But I think it's really important for kids to have some sense that they can contribute to the well-being of somebody else, some other child, or their parents. If you can do that for them, this becomes something that is manageable. Don't be surprised if when you bring this up that your kids don't want to have a discussion about this, or roll their eyes, or leave. It's just important to make the offer and let them know that the door is open for them to have discussion about this. That if and when they speak to you, that they will get reassurance, that you'll be able to talk about what keeps them safe, how they will feel safer, and what they can do in the event there is a tragedy.